Have you ever looked at your cat's whiskers and wondered why they're so long? Most people assume they're just another part of a cat's face. Something decorative. Something cute. But what if I told you those whiskers are actually one of the most advanced sensory tools in the animal kingdom? In fact, a cat's whiskers are often almost as wide as its body. And that's not an accident. Every whisker serves a purpose. A purpose that helps cats hunt, navigate, survive, and understand the world around them. Without those whiskers, even the most confident cat would struggle in ways most owners never imagine. And the most surprising part? Your cat may be using those whiskers right now without you even noticing. Let's take a closer look. Imagine walking toward a narrow doorway without knowing whether you'll fit through. You'd probably slow down and estimate the space first. Cats do something similar. But instead of carrying a ruler, nature gave them whiskers. The length of a cat's whiskers is often close to the width of its body. This allows them to test tight spaces before committing to them. When a cat approaches a narrow opening, its whiskers touch the sides first. If the whiskers fit comfortably, the cat knows its body can probably pass through as well. If the whiskers brush against something, the cat immediately receives a warning. That's why cats can move through complex environments with such confidence. They aren't guessing. They're measuring. Their whiskers act like built-in navigation equipment that constantly gathers information about the space around them. Cats are famous for their excellent vision. But even great eyesight has limits. Especially in low light. This is where whiskers become incredibly important. Whiskers are deeply connected to sensitive nerve endings. They can detect tiny changes in air movement. Even movements humans could never notice. When a mouse scurries through the darkness, it creates subtle disturbances in the air. A cat's whiskers can help detect those disturbances. This gives cats valuable information about where something is moving and how close it might be. For wild cats, that ability can mean the difference between catching dinner and going hungry. Even indoor cats still carry these instincts. Their whiskers continue gathering information every second of the day. Think about how humans use their hands. When we encounter something unfamiliar, we often reach out and touch it. Cats use their whiskers in a similar way. Before approaching a new object, many cats move their faces closer. Their whiskers extend forward. They begin collecting information. The whiskers help determine size, distance, shape, and position. This allows cats to investigate things safely before making physical contact. It's almost like having an extra sense. That's why many experts describe whiskers as one of the most important sensory tools a cat possesses. They help cats create a mental map of the world around them. Here's something many cat owners never realize. Whiskers don't just gather information. They also communicate feelings. Pay attention to your cat's face the next time they're excited about a toy. You'll probably notice their whiskers pushing forward. That's a sign of interest and focus. Now think about a frightened cat. Their whiskers often pull back against their face. This helps protect them while also signaling discomfort or fear. Relaxed whiskers usually mean a relaxed cat. Forward whiskers often indicate curiosity. Pulled back whiskers may suggest stress or uncertainty. In many situations, a cat's whiskers can tell you how they're feeling before any sound is made. Learning to read whisker positions can help owners better understand their pets. Some people mistakenly believe whiskers are just long hairs. Because of that, they may think trimming them is harmless. But nothing could be further from the truth. Whiskers are highly specialized sensory organs. Cutting them removes important information cats rely on every day. A cat with shortened whiskers may become less confident, less accurate, less aware of its surroundings. Imagine suddenly losing part of your ability to judge distance. Simple tasks would become more difficult. That's similar to what many cats experience when their whiskers are damaged. The whiskers themselves don't contain pain receptors. But removing them can interfere with how a cat interacts with the environment. That's why veterinarians and animal behavior experts strongly advise against trimming whiskers. Nature put them there for a reason. At first glance, whiskers seem simple. Just a few stiff hairs growing from a cat's face. But the reality is far more impressive. Those whiskers help cats measure spaces, track movement, navigate darkness, explore unfamiliar objects, and even communicate emotions. They are part measuring tape, part navigation system, part motion detector, and part communication tool, all packed into a few remarkable strands. So the next time your cat pauses before squeezing through a narrow gap or carefully investigates a new object, take a closer look at those whiskers. Because behind every twitch and movement is an extraordinary sensory system that has helped cats survive for thousands of years. And once you understand what whiskers really do, you'll never look at your cat's face the same way again.